The Blueprint.
An absolute must-see.
Now, first of all, I want to welcome you all to what? Michigan. That's what recruits want for Christmas. We on the list again. Stay tuned, keep your eyes glued, make sure you listen in. John Ruiz is doing this thing, the Blueprint gets it in. Who could possibly have it better than us? Nobody! Rashawn Reeves here, a.k.a. Michigan Man Ray. And listen, welcome to the Blueprint Show. For the next several blueprints leading up into the season, I want to give you my, I guess you could call it, my wish list for the uncommitted recruits that I want to add to this dominant 19 that we have. That'll be a blueprint to the national championship. You see the trophy right there. I'm talking about the blueprint to a national championship dynasty. Michigan has everything in place to go on an unbelievable run in college football. The coaching staff is A1, the best of the best from the top to bottom. Even our training staff come from the NFL. NFL's 33rd team. Our facilities are A1. Our uniforms are A1. The Jordan is second to none. Give me the following uncommitted players with this coaching staff versus anybody in the country, and I like my chances to win 10 out of 10. First off, let's start right here in Detroit. I don't know why these studs get so disrespected, but give me these kids any day of the week, and I love my chances. First off, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Randy Moss type physical receiver. Throw it up, he's going to get it. A straight goon whose measurables are off the chart for a high school kid. Listen, this kid has great character, comes from a great family. I want to add Donovan Peoples-Jones. Let's keep it right here in Detroit. In my opinion, the number one athlete in the country, Ambry Thomas. Thomas has the chance to be one of the all-time greats at Michigan if he chooses to go blue. He's a true stud on both sides of the ball and special teams. Plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's my kind of guy. Right back to Cass Tech, where Coach Thomas Welcher, who is one of the top high school coaches in the country, has built a powerhouse, is Jaylen Kelly-Powell. You won't see a high school kid with greater awareness and instincts than the kid. This kid right here, Jaylen Kelly-Powell. His IQ levels are off the charts, and that's the reason why he's holding over 42 offers to date. And watching him play, you will see why. Jaylen Kelly-Powell is a must-have for the University of Michigan in this class. Next up is Nico Collins. You win championships with players like the number one player in the state of Alabama. You put Collins and Peoples-Jones on the outside of this pro-style offense with this coaching staff, and it's jump ball city. Jump man game, all game. Nico is a phenomenal athlete, a great character kid with size and speed that comes from a great family. Now, you need horses in that backfield. Now give me Najee Harris, the number one player in the country. He reminds me of Marshawn Lynch on and off the field. 6'2", 220, with the feet of a slot receiver, playing running back. That's how I can sum it up. He has the feet of a slot receiver playing running back, a big back with small guy quickness. Now let's take it to Brooklyn, and I mean Isaiah Wilson. Give me this prototype left tackle and print the championship shirts the day he signs. Because if I'm building a national championship team, I'm taking Isaiah Wilson and plugging him in day one and coaching him up, and in 3 years, I will see him as one of the top picks in the draft. Wilson plus Drevno and Harbaugh, good night. And since we talking goons, next up is Cesar Ruiz, the hands-down best center in the country. Alabama insider Hank Scott reported that this kid is no longer a take. Thank you, Irene. This kid is an absolute take. If you're trying to win, don't be so arrogant that you insult kids that you don't think you're going to get. Ruiz is a monster, the kind that will make millions after Harbaugh and Drevno finish coaching him up in just a few years if he decides to go blue. And hey, I gotta give it up to this next stud. Next up, Tedarrell Slaton. This kid is a man and has amazing basketball skills to go with great football talents. Slaton is strong, fast, and a problem for speed rushers and D linemen trying to go against him. It's like pushing a brick wall. His strength is phenomenal. Championships are won on the offense and defensive lines, and you win with Slaton next to Kalion Wilson and this next stud. If we can get him, Alex Leatherwood, who is a straight beast, who is giving Michigan a serious look. I don't want this video to be too long, so I will break it up into parts like I said in the beginning. But before I go off of this edition, I have to add Drew Singleton. You win championships with Ray Lewis type goons at linebacker. Singleton is the top linebacker in the country, in my opinion, for a reason. He's very smart and a great leader and a great communicator and comes from a great family. Well, join us next week as the blueprint to a national championship dynasty continues as I discuss the remaining uncommitted players that I would love to add to our dominant 19 we currently have. These studs with this coaching staff, plus the class we landed last year, woo-wee! I love it. So until next time, go blue.
It's the blueprint. An absolute must-see.